Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. I'm Dee Slater, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be making a Slimline topper tent card. Kind of a tongue twister there for me. It's going to be a really fun card, I think. It's real easy to put together. And in fact, you can actually get 3 cards out of one 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. So it's kind of a different take on it. And if you want to stick around towards the end of the video, and I will be using an envelope board punch to make a specialized envelope for it. As always, as you're coming in, or if you're watching the replay, please leave a message in the comments, say hi and where you're watching from. I'm in Northeast Indiana in a city called Kendallville, so let me know where you're watching from. And if there's anything in this video that you like, boy, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a like, and if you haven't already, I'll invite you to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so we are going to be making this Slimline topper card. What makes it a topper is that it's not a traditional slimline. It's kind of cut in half, and then there's an overhanging topper on it that kind of makes into a nice little tent card on that. Hi there. Dilso Designs is watching from Pittsburgh. Welcome. Thanks for watching. So this is such a cute card, and also one of the things I'm going to be featuring is this felt paper that Stampin' Up! Has too. So we'll talk more about that later. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the measurements here. There we go, so that you can take a screenshot of this if you want, or pause the video and write it down. So this is the basic measurements of the Slimline topper tent card on it. Okay, and we'll be going over those here in just a second. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started making this really pretty card. Okay, so as mentioned, there's really not a lot to this, but I kind of want it as far as materials, which is great if you're making, if you want to do some mass production of this, it's kind of nice on it. But I wanted to share with you again, like what I was saying, like you can get three out of one sheet of cardstock. So here's our 8.5 by 11. Get all of this out. So here's our typical 8.5 by 11. So if you want to do 3 of these, or even if you're just going to do 1, this is how I would recommend to cut it to maximize your cardstock. Have the 11-inch side up on the top of your trimmer, and cut every, so this is the 8.5 side. So cut at 3 1/4, another 3 1/4, and another 3 1/4. And then you have a little scrap left over. So you can get 3 of these card bases out of 1 sheet of cardstock. So I just kind of wanted to give you that visual there so that you could see what it was all about. Okay, other things that we're going to do. I'm using the Peaceful Gardens suite of products for our card here today. And we're going to need 2 pieces of designer paper. This one's cut at 4 by 3, and this one is cut at 2 by 3. And what you might notice is that I just went ahead and used the other side of this designer series paper for the accent panel here. If you were using your 6 by 6 papers, you could cut this. This is then 4 by 3, so you could get 2 of these out of here. So cut it at 3 and then you'd be all set. So anyways, this is ideal for 6 by 6 paper too. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to put this down on our front panel. I've gone ahead and scored that at 4 1/4. And we'll get our liquid glue. I think I love tent toppers. I think they're just, or tent cards. I think they're just a little unique, and they are definitely made to display, right? Because of how, you know, by nature they sit up. I just love that. Okay, so we just glued that right down on it. I'm going to take another layering piece of cardstock. You can use any, what was that, complementary color that you want. I thought that the white looked best on my paper that I'm using. This is 2 1/4 by 3. And so we're just going to layer our other piece of designer paper. Again, this is that Peaceful Garden. And that just gets layered right like that. So it'll have some matting on the top and the bottom, but not on the sides. And then you can really position that anywhere that you want on there. I'm just going to kind of go right in the center. And do that. So I'm going to have it go just maybe a little low because I'm going to do some decorating down below. Next, I'm going to use the dies that are in Branching Out. I absolutely love this die set. Even it's a standalone die set, in my opinion. You don't need any stamps. It doesn't have any outlines or anything. You've got these branch elements here, even a little pine cone. But I'm most intrigued about the layering large ticket shaped stitch tickets. And so that's what I used for this particular one. Peace on Earth bundle, which is the stamp set and some of the images I used. Because I wanted the dies to go this way, and I wanted to use Peace on Earth, the layering to get the double layers, it wasn't quite big enough. So that's kind of why I switched over to the Branching Out. All right, so I'm going to stamp with Misty Moonlight. Going to come in here with Peace on Earth and stamp that right in the middle. So the layering piece that I use, this is, I think, the 4th and 3rd layers of that Branching Out die set. And then look at this yummy glimmer paper. This glimmer paper is the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. It has this color. Let me just get you the 3. So in one pack of paper, and it's Peaceful Garden glimmer. They're calling this Misty Moonlight, but really it's pretty bright. It's more like that azure afternoon, in my opinion, or even the, you know, so it goes darker than the, or it's lighter, I should say, than the Misty Moonlight. This is Cloud Cover. So it's basically silver with just a hint of blue. And then the Secret Sea. Love that. So I'm using the Secret Sea to get a little glimmer to this. And I'm just going to glue this down. Love that ticket punch look. And let's get some dimensionals and we'll pop that up. Before I do that, I wanted to show you that this fits in a number, I call it a number 6 business envelope, but it's the number 6 3/4. You can get these envelopes wherever you get office supplies. And so, and I do like to use that. I mean, you can use a standard A2, but this just gives you a little more room on the topper up here if you like. And then, like I said, if you want to stick to all the way to the end of the video, I'm going to be making an envelope out of the envelope punch board. And, you know, kind of show you a reminder how to use that if you haven't done that for a while. So I like to take the envelope that I'm going to use just to make sure I stay within the realm of the envelope. And I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals towards the bottom of my topper because I don't want any adhesive on the upper part of it because it's going to overhang. And, you know, so this is going to go like that. Plenty of room. again, it's just wherever you want your topper to be. All right, so that's it. You know, that's how you do the topper part of it. And then it's just decorating. So I wanted to share with you this awesome, might be overlooked paper or specialty paper that's available right now from Stampin' Up. And it's, I don't know if you can tell this. Let me just get up close here. These doves are fuzzy. They're felt. I love that. So this is the All a Season's Velvet is what this is called. I have not done anything with the red tone or the green. And now that I've started playing with it, I'm just a tad bit obsessed. So again, you can really tell that it's this velvet material. However, we can die cut easily with it. And you can see how it kept the shape of this detail on the wings. So here's what the white looks like. And as you can see, it's got a backing on it and it's pretty thin, but yet this velvety felt is so die-cuttable, if that's even a word. Let's make up a new verb. It's die-cuttable. So I have my the mini die-cut embossing machine here. And let's go ahead and get this out. This might jiggle a little bit. So if you're, if you don't want to see it jiggle, you might want to turn away for just a second. But I just wanted to show you how, because normally, as you guys know, I die cut off camera. And I'm just going to put this here. But I wanted to show you on camera how easy it is to die cut. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit my way. So it's going to jiggle. Look away if it's going to bother you. Okay. I'm going to put that off to the side. Look how easy that comes out. Oh my gosh. So fun. I just think that it's awesome. So whether you might do ornaments, like some of the ornament dies for the holidays, it's just so cute. Look at that. All of the details came out in it. Please, please don't miss out on trying that. If you want something new to kind of, what I want to say, add to your creativity, maybe consider adding that onto your next order. All right, so here's our doves. I'm going to just add a little detail to them. I like when they have a face on them. So I just have like a little permanent marker. This was back when Stampin' Up! Sold the Project Life markers. And I just put a little dot right in the center of the head for the eye. And then you can take any orange marker that you want. I just have my Stampin' Blends. This one is the Light Timid Tiger. It can be any orange marker. And you just do a little swoosh. The velvet will take that ink on the blends and really move it fast. That's how cute it is. Look, and they're fuzzy. I just can't get over it. They're fuzzy doves, right? They're fuzzy doves that we can add on our projects. Absolutely love it. I had this, the velvet paper for, gosh, at least 2 months. Because as a demonstrator, being able to have the pre-order and everything, and I hadn't used it yet. And I was looking to see, what haven't I utilized yet? And that came to mind. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something with these doves. This might be, let's see what it's all about. And I'm going to be reaching for it a lot. All right, so I just want to kind of put one up here and one down below. And it's got this like super lightweight cardboard backing or cardstock backing. So, you can definitely use any adhesive of choice that you want to on it. And because my envelope has a little wiggle room on either side of it, and this is always a good thing to check. I need to pull this guy down just a little bit. Come here, birdie. You need to be lower just a tad. I want you to go into the, there we go. A little more angle. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right. We are almost done. It's a quick one. And that's what we like, right? Sometimes we like cute and quick. And this is a little branch. That's part of that piece on earth. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of this bling down here at the bottom. Just going to put a couple of dots of my liquid glue on the leaves. Barely pressing, just enough to get a little tackiness on the ends. It's probably going to come out in a glop here pretty soon. I think I got enough on there. And we'll just add almost like a little, like the olive branch, the peace branch that's there. And just because we can, if you got the suite of products, or maybe you took a couple of my classes that had the piece on earth with it, you might have these coordinating flower gems. These are the hues of blue flower. And let's add a couple of those. And let's see here, kind of wherever that we want. Let's put this here. Let's get some of the blue. I think I can sneak another little one here somewhere. Let's put one up here. And you can make 3 of these super fast. Easy measurements, 4x3, 4x2 on the designer paper. Again, 3 of those. Easy peasy. Let me know what you think about that. And then they're cute little toppers, or tent toppers. It's what they call it, but it's like using the mini Slimline. Okay, so like I said, you could use a standard business envelope. This is like what you would say like to mail checks with or something. It's the business envelope that's called number 6 3/4. So you could easily mail it with that. But if you need a reminder on how to use your envelope punch board, stick around and we'll make one here real quick together. All right. I've got more things than what I have desk space here, so pardon me. This is the Peace on Earth designer paper. See how much I've used of that. I had a couple of the 12x12s left, and so why not utilize it and make our own envelopes? Just kind of adds to the something special, and it's a way for us to another way to use up our 12x12s in those packs, designer series packs that we have. Stampin' Up, this is retired punch from Stampin' Up. You can find envelope punch boards online. After the video, I'll have a link down below to my Amazon link, and you can follow that link if you want to order an envelope punch board from me or from Amazon. Doesn't cost you any more. It's just an affiliate link on it. I'm going to use this last one here. You have the card size. What I found is you don't want to use exactly the card size. You need to go up because otherwise it's just too tight and too small. So I'm kind of going, I had, our width of our card when it's closed is closer to I should say when it's all done and laid out, because not the base, but the total length of it. We're going to be using this 3.5 by 6.5. And so we need to start with a piece of paper that's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then on this score line here, it's just the first score line. That's the first one that you need. It's 3 1/8. So I'm going to come here to get this. So we go to 3 1/8, 3 1/8, line it up, punch, and then it's got a little track and you score. And then from that point forward, you just follow the score line. It's probably hard to see on camera, but here's the score we just made. Punch and score. I don't know if the other side was any easier to see. Here's the score line we just made. Punch and score. do that on all four sides. Kind of do that. So there's the score line, so you can kind of see it. Get it lined up. Punch and score. And then on the back of these punches, it's a corner rounder. So if you like that look, you can just tuck that in and punch out those corners. Okay. So now we have something that looks like this. And you can fold up the flaps either way, so you can make it look like a traditional envelope like that. Or if you wanted to, you can actually fold it in like this as well, and then have them open it up from the top. Let's just do the traditional way. And you can pick whichever side that you want. Let's see. I think I want that side. Let's have this side be on the outside. So just that easy. You can flip-flop which ones that you want. Again, what I would recommend if you're going to do this, use your envelope punch board, is to make your envelope first. That way you're sizing your card according to the envelope that you're using. So I just put a little adhesive right there on the ends. Fold that up. And that's it. We got a matching envelope. Too cute. Now we can put that in there, and we are all extra matchy-matchy. But if you didn't want to use up your designer paper in that method, again, just go to wherever office supplies are sold and put that in there. See? There we go. Probably still have to tuck that in just a little bit. There you go. So cute. And I don't know, I just love the felt. I love the velvet. Love it. All right, let me turn the camera around here. Well, if you've watched this far, thanks for watching to the end. I really appreciate it. And at the time of the video, now through November 17th, if you place an online order with me of $50 or more, I'm going to be, I'll send you out a card packet that you can make these 3 cards with envelope. It does feature the branching out bundle. You can use any stamp set in your stash, but you get the materials to make 3 of the cards with envelope. If you're interested, you can see the ordering information down below. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, if there's anything in this video that you like, please do give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. And maybe if there's a friend that likes something like this, feel free to share the video on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and happy crafting. Bye-bye.